Welcome. And today we are taking a little break from the usual drama by checking out some posts from some budding comedians on Reddit. Hi, this is Derek. I just put the Drama Llama, Fred, back in his pen so that I can do this quick video for you with some of the stuff that Fred found on Reddit earlier today. Fred says these posts will help us to wash away all that other drama, so that we don't take ourselves too seriously. Oh boy, let's get ready for some jokes. Indigo Samurai hilariously posted. A wife was in bed with her lover when she heard her husband's key in the door. "Stay where you are," she whispered. "He's so drunk he won't even notice you're in bed with me." The husband lurched into bed, but a few minutes later, through a drunken haze, he saw 6 feet sticking out at the end of the bed. He turned to his wife. "Hey, there are 6 feet in this bed. There should only be 4. What's going on? You're so drunk." "You miscounted," said the wife. "Get out of bed and try again. You can see better from over there." The husband climbed out of bed and counted again. 1, 2, 3, 4. "Oh, you're right." Tazasin TDS jokingly posted. "I am on the moon and there is nowhere to get a beer. There is no space bar." $19,680,629 jokingly posted. 2 English gentlemen are commuters, using the tube to the city. They get on and off at the same stations, and having done it for years they occasionally nod greetings or even exchange a good morning. One of them looked really unhappy one day and the other said, "I know we haven't been introduced, but if you don't mind me saying it, you do look a bit peaky. My false teeth are killing me. If you let me have a good look I may be able to help you. Oh, please do. Give me a day or 2. With this they parted. 2 days later the sufferer was handed a package with false teeth in it. He tried them and was astonished to find they were a great improvement. But, a little on the tight side. "Don't worry, I'll try again." 2 days later he offered another set, but alas the reaction was much better, but rather on the loose side. "Ah. I think I've got it. Let me try just once more." Sure enough, 2 days later he handed over a set saying, "I think these will really be just right." Putting them in, the sufferer was astonished to find they really were a very good fit. "Thank you so much. These are just right. You must be a wonderful dentist to be able to get false teeth to fit so well just by looking at them." Laughing modestly the man replied, "Oh, I'm not a dentist. I'm a funeral director." CQDX73 grabbed his keyboard and jokingly delivered. "The day my daughter turns 18. I'm going to buy her a locket. Put her picture in it. And when she opens it, I'll tell her. Well, I guess now you really are independent." Can't get this to work jokingly posted. There was an old man who lived by a forest. As he grew older and older, he started losing his hair, until one day, on his deathbed, he was completely bald. That day, he called his children to a meeting. He said, "Look at my hair. It used to be so magnificent, but it's completely gone now. My hair can't be saved. But look outside at the forest. It's such a lovely forest with so many trees, but sooner or later they'll all be cut down and this forest will look as bald as my hair. What I want you to do," the man continued, "is every time a tree is cut down or dies, plant a new one in my memory. Tell your descendants to do the same. It shall be our family's duty to keep this forest strong." So they did. Each time the forest lost a tree, the children replanted one, and so did their children, and their children after them. And for centuries, the forest remained as lush and pretty as it once was, all because of one man and his receding hairline. Tough crowd. Tough crowd. Bozito83 jokingly posted. A guy walks into a bar and asks for a beer. "That'll be $5, says the bartender. And the guy throws 20 quarters onto the floor. Reluctantly, the bartender picks up the coins and serves the beer. The next day, the guy comes into the bar, asks for a beer, throws 20 quarters onto the floor, etc. And the next day he did it again. On the fourth day, he asks for a beer, and hands the bartender a $10 bill. The bartender takes advantage of his chance for revenge, throws 20 quarters onto the floor and yells, "Here's your change, a-hole." The guy looks down at the coins and says, "I'll have another beer, please." Bruticus 2806 got a chance to post. A young doctor moved out to a small community to replace a doctor who was retiring. The older doctor suggested that the young one accompany him on his rounds, so the community could become used to a new doctor. At the first house, a woman complains, "I've been a little sick to my stomach." The older doctor says, "Well, you've probably been overdoing the fresh fruit. Cut back on the amount you've been eating and see if that does the trick." As they left, the younger man said, "You didn't even examine that woman? How'd you come to the diagnosis so quickly?" "I didn't have to. You noticed I dropped my stethoscope on the floor in there? So when I bent over to pick it up, I noticed a half dozen banana peels in the trash. That was what probably was making her sick." The younger doctor said, "Pretty clever. If you don't mind, I think I'll try that at the next house." Arriving at the next house, they spent several minutes talking with a younger woman. She said that she just didn't have the energy she once did and said, "I'm feeling terribly run down lately." "You've probably been doing too much for the church," the younger doctor told her. "Perhaps you should cut back a bit and see if that helps." As they left, the elder doctor said, "I know that woman well. Your diagnosis is most certainly correct. She's very active in the church, but how did you arrive at it?" "I did what you did at the last house. I dropped my stethoscope, and when I bent down to retrieve it, I noticed the priest under the bed." Bumpo Splat jokingly posted. The local news station was interviewing an 80-year-old lady because she had just gotten married for the fourth time. The interviewer asked her questions about her life, about what it felt like to be marrying again at 80, and then about her new husband's occupation. "He's a funeral director," she answered. Interesting, the newsman thought. He then asked her if she wouldn't mind telling him a little about her first 3 husbands and what they did for a living. She paused for a few moments, needing time to reflect on all those years. After a short time, a smile came to her face and she answered proudly, explaining that she had first married a banker when she was in her 20s. Then a circus ringmaster when in her 40s. And a preacher when in her 60s. And now, in her 80s, a funeral director. The interviewer looked at her, quite astonished, and asked why she had married 4 men with such diverse careers. She smiled and explained, "I married 1 for the money, 2 for the show, 3 to get ready, and 4 to go." Ha ha ha. Sounds familiar?
1 for the money, 2 for the show, 3 to get ready, now go, cat, go, but don't.
Bulky P humorously posted. What do you call a Sith Lord with joint pain? Darthritis. Corporal Crocodile humorously posted. Today, I got a wage increase, unexpectedly. I told my boss 3 companies were after me and I needed a raise to stay at my job. We haggled for a few minutes and he gave me a 5% raise. Leaving his office, he stopped and asked me, "By the way, which companies are after you?" I responded, "The gas, the electric and the cable company." Genburgen 123 jokingly posted. How do you make a pirate angry? By taking away the P. Jorf feverishly posted. My boyfriend is always annoyed that I always mix up my directions, and he finally told me to leave. So I packed my bags and left away. Infatuated Coconut 314 jokingly posted. My granddad always used to say, as one door closes another one opens. Lovely man. Terrible cabinet maker. Cyclopropagative tried his hand at a joke. An Irish dad calls his son in London the day before Christmas Eve and says, I hate to ruin your day, but I have to tell you that your mother and I are divorcing. Dad, what are you talking about? The son screams. We can't stand the sight of each other any longer, the father says. We're sick of each other and I'm sick of talking about this. So, you call your sister in Leeds and tell her. The son calls his sister, who explodes on the phone. Like heck, they're getting divorced. She shouts. I'll take care of this. She calls Ireland immediately and screams at her father. You are not getting divorced. Don't do a single thing until I get there. I'm calling my brother back, and we'll both be there tomorrow. Until then, don't do a thing. Do you hear me? And hangs up. The old man hangs up his phone and turns to his wife. Sorted. They're coming for Christmas, and they're paying their own way. Charles Richard 1994 jokingly posted. My Chinese waiter thinks all white people look alike. And so he gave my food to the wrong customer. Oh, wait. Never mind. That wasn't my waiter. How Green was jokingly posted. A guy goes into the US Postal Services to apply for a job. The interviewer asks him, "Are you allergic to anything?" He replies, "Yes, caffeine. I can't drink coffee." "Okay, have you ever been in the military service?" "Yes," he says. "I was in Afghanistan for one tour." The interviewer says, "That will give you 5 extra points toward employment." Then he asks, "Are you disabled in any way?" The guy says, "Yes. A bomb exploded near me and I lost both my testicles." The interviewer grimaces and then says, "Disabled in your country's service? Well, that qualifies for extra bonus points. Looking at the regulations, you have got enough points for me to hire you right now. Our normal hours are from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. You can start tomorrow at 10 a.m. and plan on starting at 10 a.m. every day." The guy is puzzled and asks, "If the work hours are from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., why don't you want me here until 10 a.m.? "This is a government job," the interviewer says. "For the first 2 hours, we just stand around drinking coffee and scratching our balls. No point in you coming in for that." Shoots and Giggles jokingly posted. Apparently my family is racist. I can't believe it. I had them meet my new black girlfriend. And they all started screaming at us. Especially my wife. And finally, People's Hero 87 got the courage to post. The movie, Speed, didn't have a director. Because if Speed had direction, it would have been called Velocity. Well, there you have it. A perfectly great set of jokes posted by a bunch of fine and funny citizens. Help support this channel by smashing the like and subscribe buttons. And hit that silly little bell as well to ensure you get the latest videos as they come out. Fred is always finding stuff for me to post regularly. So this is Derek signing off. Thanks for watching. Good grief, it sounds like Fred is out of his pen again. He must have found more funny jokes for me to share with you. See you soon.